as individuals and even as a community at times, we can find ourselves without hope. We can find ourselves in spiritual lethargy. Things just aren't right. And that was happening to the community that the letter to the Hebrews was addressed. They had become sort of depressed, I guess you might say is a good word, because of all the negative things that were happening around them. And the author reminds them, going back and mentioning all those names of people who had been through so much torture and persecution and all kinds of sufferings, and how they persevered. They persevered in hope, knowing that God would save them. And that's what he's encouraging them to do. And it's important for us too, because we get to those points where we just seem to be down. I know during the pre-election this past summer, people were really, really upset personally. So many were, because of all the negativity that was coming across the television and the news every day. And people were getting discouraged. And it was a time to talk with each other for support and for encouragement. And I think it's just an example in our own day how a community can be upset. And yet God's with us, and we have to trust in him that he will bring things to a good end. We see this horrible situation in the gospel today, where a man is possessed not by one devil, but by legions of them, and how horrible it was. And the people were afraid. Jesus comes and drives them out. He has the power over evil. He has the power to do these things. And the man wants to just continue to follow Jesus after he's freed of this. But Jesus says, no, go to your family and be at home and announce to them what the Lord has done for you. And I think that's a good message for us, that we need to know that the Lord is always with us. We have our down moments, but we have to think back of the saints, our heroes in Christian life, all that they went through, and yet they persevered, and their reward is eternal life in heaven today. And that's our reward as well. We need to persevere with the Lord. He's always with us. This life is going to be filled with troubles because it's just a part of fallen humanity. And yet the Lord is with us and will help us to persevere. I know for myself, I can look back and remember times when things were real bleak in my life and wondered what would happen. And sometimes I didn't understand it till years later, how I was fortunate to go through that difficulty so that I could do something today that I was prepared for. And so we need to just trust that the Lord is with us, and he gives us his body and blood, his word in this Eucharist to strengthen us on our journey to eternal life. Let us stand and offer our prayers and petitions.